G'day guys and welcome back to the Drewzy channel. Another Freo video today. We're in the bloody news. There's talk about Justin Longmuir's job being under threat from Luke Beveridge. So let's dive into it. Let's have a look where it's all coming from and what it means. Before we get into the video, I am aware that a large percentage of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. This is how many aren't subscribed. So if you want to support the channel, it'd mean a great deal to me if you could subscribe and like the video if you enjoy it. Content will be coming thick and fast in the footy season and it's coming at you right now. So the West Australian, one of WA's most prominent newspapers, hence it's called the West Australian, has reported that Fremantle could pursue Luke Beveridge if Freo aren't in finals contention in 2024. The title of the article says, Fremantle Dockers fans endorse Luke Beveridge ploy if Justin Longmuir can't lift his side. Now, I didn't buy the full article because who buys newspaper articles, especially online, in the year 2024? So I didn't read the whole article, but the headline said, diehard Fremantle supporters have backed poaching Premiership coach Luke Beveridge if Justin Longmuir cannot get his side back into finals contention this season. Now, which Fremantle fans have endorsed Justin Longmuir being sacked? Like, as a person that's been a Fremantle Dockers member since I was 4 years old, this is my 19th season as a Fremantle Dockers member. I haven't actually heard anyone that's gone, yeah, JL isn't up to standard. He's not good enough. Get rid. Like, that title and headline about the fans wanting to get rid of JL, in my mind, trying to put my bias aside as a Fremantle fan, but I think it's just completely made up, to be honest. I've only got two bodies of text because I'm not paying for the news article, but it goes on to say the West Australian exclusively revealed on Saturday that there was a push from within the Dockers to go after the Bulldogs coach if they did not improve this year on the back of their dismal 2023. So it's saying there's a push from within the Dockers if we don't improve. So are the fans within? Is the push coming from within the club? Like, it doesn't really make sense at all to me, this whole news article and the storm that it's created and the way that it's rocking the ship. I'm not a fan of it all. I just don't see how you can make a link between diehard Fremantle fans wanting to get rid of Justin Longmuir, which is complete bullshit, and Luke Beveridge being the man for the job. Like, what? Another article said a number of sources have told the West Australian the Dockers will not extend Longmuir's contract if his team does not look like a genuine finals chance early this year, with Beveridge, who led the Victorian side to the 2016 flag and 2021 grand final, at the top of their list to replace him. It is JL's contract year, but I would hate to see Justin Longmuir get sacked. Then on Monday, the West Australian goes on to post an article relating to a conversation between Sam Edmund and Kane Corns on SEN, where a prediction is made that JL won't survive 2024. So having a look at Justin Longmuir's progress as a coach so far, in 2020, we finished 12th. 2021, we finished 11th. 2022, we jumped up into 5th. And then last year, finishing 14th. So ever since he came in his first 3 years, we saw linear improvement and a big spike in 2022 where we had a great year playing Collingwood at the MCG in the semi-final where we lost. But it was a great season. So we had massive expectations coming into 2023, which was a season where we lost David Mundy, a seasoned veteran, played more than 350 games for the club. A massive part of our success in 2022. We lost Griffin Logue, another massive player for us in terms of team morale, etc. We lost Rory Lobb, an experienced AFL player who played an important role, that ruck forward, long down the line role, really important to our structure. And then we lost Blake Acres, another player who's a mature player with AFL experience. We lost these mature players from a very young side. We've always been spoken about ever since JL's come in as a young side. And at the end of 2022, after that successful season, we became even younger. This season, the exodus continued with Lachie Schultz and Liam Henry. So I think that raises the question, is Justin Longmuir's player management up to standard? And when you think of those players who left, David Mundy, retirement at the end of his career, Griffin Logue didn't really fit into our best 22. Great guy, great character to have around the club. I don't really know where he slotted in to that side, and he decided to leave, which sucked, but to be honest, it sort of made sense. Blake Acres was traded to Freo from St Kilda. I think it was in the Brad Hill trade. And it was apparent that he didn't want to leave Melbourne at the time. I remember watching interviews acquiring Blake Acres and he said, I actually did want to spend some more time in Melbourne, but now I'm back in Perth, I'll just do my job. As soon as his contract expires, he goes back to Melbourne. And then Rory Lobb was far from a fan favourite at Freo, and he clearly hasn't been the answer to the Western Bulldogs' problems, so no real loss there either. The most recent two are the ones that concern me the most. Lachie Schultz was a heart and soul player, best 22 every day of the week, top 5 in our BNF multiple times, and he decides to go, maybe due to a lack of respect in the value of his contract. And Rory Lobb was another player who said that he wasn't maybe being coached the best. Now, from Rory Lobb's mouth, I don't really want to read into that too much, but when Lachie Schultz starts to feel disrespected as a player that puts in performances week in, week out, that's where it does become concerning. Liam Henry, I have no idea what to make of that. I think that'll only come out with time, why he left. Maybe he just wants to live in Melbourne because it's a better city to live in. I don't know. When you see a coach or a manager in European football get sacked, you see a real lack of buy-in from the playing group. When there's a lack of system, lack of effort, that's a clear sign that it's probably time to move on from that coach or that manager. And as a Man United fan, I have seen that plenty of times. So do our players display that behaviour of not knowing the system and of not putting in enough effort? To be honest, I don't think so. I think they have bought into what JL is giving to them. 2022 was a great year. We finished above Brisbane and one spot below Collingwood, one kick below Collingwood, who were the two sides in the grand final last year. So he obviously has a method that can lead to success. And even last year, we saw great results. We've beaten Melbourne and Geelong away twice in the last 2 years. I don't know if any other club can say that. We beat Sydney away last year. We took Brisbane right down to the wire, who ended up going to play in a grand final. Like, are we really that shit? I don't think so. We had lapses in games where we really needed to switch on. Games like against the Bulldogs in the last quarter, we concede 3 goals in a row and the heads drop. The second quarter against Collingwood, where we just get pumped in a 10-minute period and then we win like 2 quarters of the game anyway. This is just from inexperience, I think. And I believe that the players of this club will take the lessons from 2023 and it'll make us better players down the line. But we saw fight back in 2022 as well. When we had more mature players, we'd go behind in games. We were a terrible first quarter side in 2022 and we'd fight back and come back to win, which maybe we didn't see in 2023. But other than those momentary lapses that have cost us premiership points in 2023, I think the players are buying what JL is selling, especially when you consider that the leadership group, the core players of this club, including Hayden Young, Caleb Sarong, Alex Pearce, plus Sean Darcy, went over to the United States in the off-season to go and see elite sport clubs, to see how they operate. JL with the leadership group going to the other side of the world to see what is the best practice for our football club. Now, if spending time on the other side of the planet with your coach in the off-season isn't buy-in, I don't know what is. These are the core players that are going to lead this club for the next 10 years. Not to mention all the players that we've signed on for extended periods. Guys like Jai Amos, Brendan Cox, the list goes on. Would these players want to sign long contracts if they didn't believe in the system that JL is selling? What I think the Fremantle Dockers are doing is trying to build for sustained success. And as a Freo fan, I'm not really expecting a premiership in the next few years. Is that sad? Of course it is. You want success. But is it realistic that we're going to win a flag when you got sides like Collingwood, Melbourne, Brisbane, all these sides that have built up over such a long period of time and now they're peaking? I don't really expect to compete with that right now. After 1 year of poor performances, Justin Longmuir's job as head coach has been questioned. But really, all I've seen from JL really is improvement, to be honest. And I understand as a Freo fan that success doesn't happen overnight. As a Freo fan, success bloody very rarely happens. But everything I've seen from Justin Longmuir so far as a coach, for me, overall, has been positive. Progress isn't linear. We definitely took a back step in 2023, but you've got to look at the context, the players we lost, the experience they had, etc. And I still think we saw some promising signs last season. You look at sides like Richmond, they were very close to sacking Damien Hardwick early on, and he goes on to win 3 premierships. Sides like Geelong, Richmond, Hawthorn, these dynasties, they build for sustained success. So why should Freo, a club that has had many ups and downs and not much success, be really expecting success right now at the drop of a hat? What was the point of bringing Justin Longmuir in as a coach if after 4 years of developing the young stars that we've drafted, you're just going to sack him? I would hate to see that. I don't know which diehard fans the West Australians spoke to, but this diehard fan right here backs JL all the way. Until we get to a point where we're clearly regressing, do not get rid of this coach. He's building a project for sustained success. I've said that so many times that I'm getting tongue twisted over it. Sustained success, and hopefully we will see it one day bear fruits by winning a premiership. As for getting Luke Beveridge, I don't even want to think about that right now. I want to think about the 2024 season and how Freo are going to win week to week. And I know that's all that JL cares about. 1 week at a time, winning games and improving as a football club. JL's my man. Get in the comments below if you agree with me. If you're a diehard fan, what do you think? Do you think JL should stay? Should he go? Do we get Luke Beveridge in some capacity? I don't know. At the moment, they're 2 contracted coaches working for their football clubs, doing their jobs. But I just hope JL has that hero arc story, that Damien Hardwick. He nearly got sacked and then he came back and won 3 flags. That's what I want to see. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Subscribe if you are new. Get the hashtag going. Make Drewzy relevant again. I'm back making footy videos, so make sure you're tuned in for the 2024 season. Leave a like. Subscribe if you're new to help me in the algorithm, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care. You plonkers.